What's up, Red fam? Welcome to Red TV. Glad that you're here tonight. Hey, if we've not met before, I'm Dave.
I'm Gil. It's so good to have you guys. If it is your first time with us, thanks for being here. But here's what we want to know right now. We want to know what campus that you go to normally, where are you streaming from? So tell us in the chat bar below, which campus are you a part of? Are you part of Butler, Mount Nebo, Northside, the other three whose names I forget right now? Oh, Hampton is one of them, Deer Lakes, and what did I say?
Ohio River, probably?
Ohio River, yes.
Or
Ohio
if you're not
River.
from
I
any of
love
our
you guys.
campuses, we're just glad you're here. Thanks for tuning in for the stream. Regardless of where you're at, one person that's tuning in right now is our moderator who's on the chat with you, Meredith. So let's give it up for Meredith. What up, Mer? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
We're doing good. How are you?
It is good to see you. It looks like, do you have new glasses, Meredith, or am I crazy?
I do have new glass. They're kind of like green a little bit. Do you see? Can you tell?
Kinda, sorta. They look a little bit like clear gray, but that's just, I think, probably the
All right,
lighting.
so Meredith, question
Look
for
good.
you. Question for you. What is the most productive thing that you've done since quarantine? And if you've just been a lazy slob, that's okay. Nobody will judge you except for everybody watching. But that's not, you know, they don't
I
care.
would say the lazy slob thing is probably half correct. But I've been watching a lot of anime, and I've also been cooking a whole lot. So
Okay.
that's productive, right?
That is good.
Yeah, anime's really productive.
And the most productive thing, actually, that I can
that's
think
what
of.
I think too. Yeah, and hey, we'd love for you to let us know what your most productive thing you've done in quarantine is. So hit us up in the chat with that.
Yeah, so we're gonna check back in with you in a little bit, Meredith here. The reason why we have you guys fill that out is because we have some game stuff going on a little bit. And actually, speaking of games,
Yeah, we got
have
a brand new segment coming up right now. Check it out.
All right. What's going on, everybody? This week's game is called Do You Even Know Me? Now, guys, we got to give it up. I mean, that was a really cute compilation of Pastor Gil and Pastor Dave. We loved it. It was awesome, but every friendship has its limits. I sat down with Gil and with Dave, and I just asked them some questions, you know? Asked them questions about each other, about each other's habits, and what I was hoping to do was get the tea. I wanted to get the scoop, the dirt, all the stuff that you normally wouldn't see come out in a normal Wednesday service. And we're gonna expose that tonight. It ain't the Boston Tea Party, but we're having some tea tonight because we are here to expose Dave and Gil's friendship and hopefully get them to say, bro, do you even know me? So, without further ado, let's introduce Dave and Gil to you tonight. What is going on, guys? How you feeling?
Woo, I'm feeling ready. A little bit nervous, but I'm here.
Yeah, okay, Dave, you didn't say anything.
I'm here as usual to kick Gilbert's butt.
Okay,
so here we go.
So you think that you know Gilbert better than Gilbert knows you?
I just think I win. You know what I mean? Just give me any game, you know?
And
we
you're
got
gonna win.
this. Yeah.
Okay,
So
well, let's find out right now. Hey, if you're watching online, you can play along. Just put your answer there in the chat. Don't roast him too hard. Now, my first question is for Dave, and it's about Gilbert. Now, David, we know that Gilbert plays a lot of League of Legends.
we do.
Like a lot.
Yeah, we do. Okay.
A disturbing amount, as a matter of fact. So I sat down with Gilbert, and I said, Gilbert, how much League of Legends do you actually play? So I come up with a true or false question. Here's the statement. True or false? Gilbert has played over 400 hours of League of Legends in 2019. Just in 2019. True or false? Gilbert has played over 400. Write down your answer, and I'm going to let you write that down for a second.
Someone in the chat, please do the math on that. How many hours is that, I guess, per day? I was pretty close to the 365.
this marker's
I guess it's
gone
like a
dry.
little over an hour.
Gilbert, you should not be wanting people to do that for you. All right, so true or false, has Gilbert played over 400 hours? Dave, you have your answer.
Yes, but the Sharpie didn't work that well. Hopefully you can still see. Hold on. Yes, this one works.
Okay, it works? All
Yes.
right. I want to see your answer in 3, 2, 1. Show me the money.
Kaboom!
True. And Gilbert, you tell me what's the answer?
The correct answer is true.
True.
I played 401 hours.
Oh, wow. I thought it was even more than that. I would have been like, give me 1 million hours for $20. Okay.
All right,
here
so
you go.
Dave, you get a point there. Congrats. 1 point. So it looks like you know Gilbert pretty well at least. All right, Gilbert, this question is for you.
I'm ready.
Now, everyone's self-conscious about something. So I sat down with Dave and had an honest moment with him. And I asked Dave, what is one area of Dave's, a physical feature of Dave that he wishes he could change about himself? Remember, it is a physical feature. So please write down one physical feature that Dave wishes that he could change about himself.
Got it.
Dave, don't feel embarrassed. We all got them.
I'm
No.
so embarrassed.
I'm changing. No, I'm keeping it.
Okay,
I got it.
you got your answer.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Feeling
oh, yeah.
confident?
Yeah, I'm great.
All right, here we go. I want to see it in 3, 2, 1. Whoosh. He said hairline.
Ouch! Oh my gosh! What a low blow. Okay.
Well, that's not the answer.
Oh, it's not? Well.
So Dave gets double roasted. Dave, why don't you tell him what the answer was?
It's not even that bad. I was gonna say I wish I was taller. That's always what I wanted to be growing up, is a few inches taller.
He's like 5'11" and a half.
Yeah, no one has to
I know, but I'm not 6 foot.
So,
I'm a freaking half of an inch away from 6 foot.
Actually, are you like 3/4? Aren't you like quarter of an inch?
I'm 5'11" and 3/4.
Dave, the real question
Thanks,
is, what
Jesus,
does
for
Gilbert...
not making me taller?
The question
Anyway.
is, what does Gilbert actually think about your hairline? That's the real question.
I don't know.
This
Guys,
question
I'm not
is
bald, I
for
promise, okay?
Dave. Dave,
Yes.
this question is for you.
Thank you.
Listen, there are some things that best buds don't forget.
True.
Okay? They just remember certain things, like parents' names.
Right.
Okay? So what is Gilbert's mother and stepdad's name? The question is what...
Mom and stepmom.
Oh,
and
it's
stepmom.
mom and stepmom. I'm so sorry. What
And
is
you-
Gilbert's mom and stepmom? What are their names?
Have to match the name to the role as well. Like you have to have the mom's name. Nope, mom's first name and
First
stepmom's
name
first name.
and first name. I mean, Dave shouldn't forget this, right, Gilbert?
Oh, absolutely. He's spent like 4 Thanksgivings with my mother in Chicago. So they've had a lot of conversations, a lot of good like late night talks about life and meaning and
Okay, Gilbert,
fulfillment
too
and all
cheesy,
that stuff.
too cheesy. Hey, Red students, if you know even one of these, I don't know what we're gonna give you, but that's pretty impressive.
One
Dave,
is really easy.
do you have them, Dave?
Give me like 5 seconds.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
that doesn't sound like you know it.
Doesn't sound sure at
We'll
all.
find out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show me.
Okay, Judy stepmom and Jill mom.
Is that correct, Gilbert?
That is correct, Dave.
Okay, I was a little bit nervous. I was like, is it really Gil and Jill?
Yes.
Gil and Jill went up a hill to fetch. I don't know. Okay, anyway.
That's a pail of
Well,
water.
Gilbert, just like last week, you find yourself down majorly.
Ripperoni.
Okay.
Don't call it a comeback.
I won't. All right.
It's not gonna happen. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
So, Gilbert, this question is for you. Best friends hang out, man. They do stuff together. They do leisure things together. What is Dave's most watched television show?
Ooh.
Now, there's a lot of shows
whole
that Dave
life.
watches.
Whole life.
It's basically all he does is watch
Okay.
TV.
That's it. That's all he does, boys.
Dave looked sad.
But he knows. He knows it's the
My
truth.
life is so sad.
Now, Gilbert, you're writing down pretty quick. Talk to
I
me
feel
about your
good.
thought
Oh yeah.
process.
If it is not this, I actually think Dave is full of deceit and lies because there's no way this is not the most watched thing ever. I'm so positive.
Well, you made that a little bit intense. All right,
I'm so-
Gilbert, show me
I'm
your
here.
answer. SpongeBob. Dave, are you filled with deceit and lies?
Apparently, because I've watched Seinfeld through twice.
Seinfeld.
All 9 seasons.
Seinfeld is your.
Twice.
Which means that Gilbert got
Get
the
outta here.
answer wrong.
That's. This game's rigged.
No, you're gonna have to have a comeback.
Hey, Red students, I've got a question for you. This is a really important question. Is Gilbert going to get one question correct today? That's the real question. Will he get one? I believe in you, Gil.
Yeah, I disagree about the SpongeBob thing. I am, okay, anyways, moving on.
We can talk about that later. Hey, Dave, the next question is for you.
Okay,
All right.
yes.
Listen, everybody gives bad gifts from time to time, but Gilbert had some opinions on some of your Christmas presents. What do you think is the worst present you ever got Gilbert for Christmas ever? Or it can be for a birthday. What is the worst present ever? Gilbert, how many bad presents would you say that Dave?
So I will say this about Dave. Dave is typically a pretty solid gift giver, but there is one specific year that he like went and he was kind of booty with. So I have it. It was pretty recently too.
Dave, he just called you. Well, that's a hint, Gilbert.
It's a hint, but I know it.
No wonder
and
you're losing.
Part of it is because Gilbert freaking sucks at doing a specific easy thing that I'm about to tell you about.
This sounds very juicy, but let's see
what it is.
Let's see the answer first. Here we go, Dave. Show me your answer. It is Nintendo eShop gift card. Gilbert, is that correct?
That is incorrect,
Oh,
Dave.
what was it, Gil? What was it?
So here it is. So a couple years ago, I bought on Black Friday a little SD card for my Switch. I told Dave about it. I was super excited. I was like, I got an SD card. Finally, I can use my Switch. And then for Christmas that same year, he bought me an SD card for my Switch. He was like, I knew you needed this. So he got it for me.
Nice job, Dave. You dingbat.
Oh, in case you want to hear the story, Gilbert scratched the numbers off of the back of the card for the eShop gift card, and so he didn't even get to use it. I was like,
because the card was
the
like
back of a card?
The card was like wrinkled and bent, and I was like,
All
with
right.
a coin trying to.
Not wrinkled or bent.
Too much drama.
Marker.
Okay.
Give me the marker.
Save it for off camera, boys. All right, Gilbert, here's your next question. Now, your question is this. Best friends believe in one another. And Dave's got some really amazing talents. What is Dave's hidden talent?
Oh.
Yeah.
Gilbert actually might get this one.
Okay.
Hidden talents.
Okay, I got it.
Dave is a man of many talents.
He's really good at this, like this category of things, but I'm gonna name something specific in it.
Thank you. Okay, good. I'm excited.
I think Gilbert's got it. I really do.
I think he does too.
Okay, I'm here. I'm ready.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Show me. What's Dave's secret hidden talent?
He does a great lumpy space princess
yes,
voice.
That's correct. Dave apparently
Is it
does. And yeah, it is correct. Yes, it is correct. Gilbert got one. So for those of you that are very confused at home, let's clarify. Dave from Adventure Time can do Lumpy Space Princess,
I
her
can.
voice, really well. Do you think we should make him do it? I think, Dave, are you able to put down your phone,
I'm
little
gonna
boy?
try. Okay, here, wait.
I don't know what he's trying. I think he's trying to show a photo of
Okay,
everyone,
no,
what
I
Lumpy
got it.
Space
I
Princess
wanted to
looks
find out the line. There was a specific line that I was like, oh, I should do this one.
Dave is
okay.
overly prepared. It's kind of creepy.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta
I'm
do a practice
embarrassed
one. Okay.
for
Oh
you.
my glad fan. Okay, here's my actual line that I want to do.
Okay.
It's when she's crying. I'm sorry that you're starving because I ate all your crops. Even though you're all still really fat, and I probably helped you lose some weight. Okay. I've done this too much.
Is
Okay.
anyone screen recording right now? I am praying. Make a meme of that. Wow, Dave, I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty good.
It was interesting.
Yeah, it was a really
Wow,
great.
that was great. Well, I got
hidden
one,
talent.
boys. I'm here. I'm
Great
scoreboard.
job. All right. Actually, you're in the game right now. If Dave misses this one and you get the next one, it's golden. All right, Dave, here's your question.
Got it, yes.
The thing is, this is a friendship, a match made in heaven, okay? Friendship that God ordained. So, you should probably remember the exact moment that you met Gil, right?
Yes.
Big
Yes,
facts.
okay, good. Then what was Gilbert wearing on the day you two met? I'm sure there were angels singing in the skies as the sun parted the
Can
clouds.
I guess any part of his outfit, or does it have to be a specific part?
We're going specific because Gilbert, like a true friend does, remembers exactly what he was wearing.
Okay.
Red students, are you disturbed that Gilbert remembers exactly what he was wearing when he first met Dave? Because I am. I mean, what? Huh? Who? Huh? Let's move on. Dave, write down what you think Gilbert was wearing the first day you two met. Oh. Gilbert, I'm really actually pretty disturbed that you remember this, but that's okay.
I had a very select wardrobe at the time of my life that I.
What does that even mean? Like meeting Dave outfits?
My production guys are roasting us right now with my outfit options.
very
That's
much
the best part. I wish I could do that.
I wish you could hear that. All right, Dave, do you have an answer?
Yes, I do.
Okay, here we go. Show us the answer. What do you got?
Sidewalk Sunday school shirt.
Sidewalk Sunday school shirt.
Can I answer?
Is that the answer?
Wrong.
Dave, just got killed in GoldenEye. Yeah, Gilbert, what were you?
So I was wearing, it was in middle school, so I owned a lot of Dragon Ball Z shirts. So Dragon Ball Z shirt is the answer we were looking for, Dave.
I almost said that.
Well,
Is that really the answer we were looking for?
What's more disturbing, that Carol Baskin killed her husband, or that Gilbert remembers the shirt he was wearing in 5th grade when he met me?
Yes.
Both are equal.
Okay.
Both are equally awful.
Gil, this is your chance to tie it. This is actually
I'm
a really
ready.
big moment. Okay.
I'm here.
Can Gilbert pull it off? Here's the question. What is Dave's guilty pleasure? Everybody's got a guilty pleasure. What's Dave's? And be very careful what you write, because remember, we're live streaming to students. Okay, what is Dave's guilty pleasure? Dave, I can't believe that you were so honest to admit this to
I need the other marker.
everyone. Oh, here we go. Subtle and smooth. Okay, got the answer?
Yes,
Whoa,
I do.
You wrote that down pretty quick. Walk us through your thought
That
process.
is a long answer, so I already feel like it's probably wrong.
Okay,
Here we go.
I got it. I'm
Walk
ready.
us through your thought process, Gil. Come on.
Okay, my thought process before I say what
Yeah,
it is?
please.
Okay, so there's a lot of things that Dave likes to do with his free time and with his money, and I feel like I know very specifically like an idiosyncratic behavior that Dave always does, and even though he says he doesn't do it, I will be able to tell you why I think I know that in just a moment. I have
You
to reveal it
sounded
first.
really smart for like 10 seconds, but then you ruined it there with
And
the
then
end.
it also sounds like he doesn't think I'm going to agree with him, right? So he's just playing for the roast.
We'll see.
But
We'll see.
I'm
What's
right on
the
this.
answer, Gil?
Buying random crap on Amazon. Like
I
$8
wish I
purchases
could-
he doesn't need.
I wish I could tell you, I actually think that's so true, but unfortunately, it is not true. Dave, talk to me. What's the answer?
Watching anime. It's a nerdy
Weird.
passion.
Weird
Passion.
anime.
Not passion.
Passion, whoa.
Pleasure.
Pleasure. Wow, everyone.
Okay.
Let's give it
All
up
right.
for Mr. Dave. Give it up for Pastor Dave.
Mr. Dave and Pastor Gil.
I lost, but did I really lose with that kind of confession there at the end? I feel like I kind of won, just being honest.
I actually
Just saying.
fully agree with that. All right, thanks guys so much for playing. Do you guys even really know each other? Well, I guess not. Scores were very low this week. Hey, Red students, all week now you have been asking this question. Where will Caleb be, though? Right, you've been asking this question, and listen, you've been roasting this poor boy because there's only one guy that we know that goes out to random locations in the middle of a pandemic. It's our boy Caleb. We've got another episode of Where's Caleb, though?
Welcome, faithful viewers, to another glorious episode of Where's Caleb, though? You know, when I look back on our time we've spent together over the past few weeks, where you've been locating me and I've been hiding amidst the pandemic, it really makes me start to feel a little bit emotional. But at the same time, it also makes me want to make these locations 10 times as hard. So for this week, I chose a super spicy location. It is top secret, unknown to many people, but many known to only few. I guess that was self-explanatory, but I just said where I am, where I be, though, where am I located?
What? Caleb, where are you that has trash internet like that? That's what we want to know.
Oh, does it have trash internet?
Apparently.
Apparently, you just sound like a little bit like a robot when you come in and out.
Also, I see
Oh,
that
no.
Caleb. I see that Caleb needed to just start flexing on everybody with those AirPods in. I see you over there.
Caleb, when did you get
Caleb,
AirPods?
Oh,
no,
Frank.
the trash internet.
Can you hear me?
He's back, boys.
hear him.
We hear you. You're back.
I'm
Give us-
back.
give us
Am
a
I
hint.
better? Is it better now?
Good. You're
Yeah,
great.
great, awesome. Caleb, give us a hint. Where you be, though? Give us a hint.
location where very few people have ever stepped foot into, Dave. Here's my hint for each viewer out there today watching faithfully on Red Television. Here it is. The person who comes into this room frequently loves to play Minecraft.
Okay, Caleb, let me ask you a question.
Spicy.
Let me ask you a question. Is this a room that many guys would be in, do you think?
I mean, I would say maybe a few every once in a while, but
do you think that
I would say mainly one.
Do you think that there are ever girls in this room?
Never, nope, never in a million years.
Okay.
Probably never will be, never has been. Never will
Okay,
be.
interesting.
Okay, I'm kind of at a loss actually. I don't know where you're at all, Caleb.
Yeah, it
do you
looks familiar. Can you show us some of your surroundings for a second?
So maybe if I pan over here, you'll see some interesting things on a desk. I don't know if that helps you at all.
Interesting. All right, well, if you happen to know where Caleb be-do, make sure to drop it in the chat. First person to do that is actually going to win a Starbucks gift card at the end of the stream. So, Caleb, we're going to talk to you later as we try to figure out where you be-do.
Yeah, and as we transition out, we have some brand new Red alerts for all y'all. Okay, first things we want to say, if you're new to our Red TV stream, we're so glad you made it. Hopefully we've seen you in person at Red Live before quarantine happened, but if not, we're just so glad that you're here, so thanks for joining us for the stream.
Yeah, and the second thing is this. Once we're done with the message here in just a few minutes, we're gonna go immediately into our online small groups. And if you haven't been part of our online small groups before, you are more than welcome to be a part of them. Here's what you need to do in the meantime between now and when the end of this broadcast happens. Step one, you need to download Zoom for your computer, for your phone. That way you can participate with the Zoom call. And then the second thing is you need to DM us at our Instagram at students.red and tell us what grade you're in as well as what campus so that we can send you the appropriate info for your online small group. They are some of the best things that we offer here at Red. So I want to encourage you, be a part of them because they're amazing.
Yeah, also, we would love to connect with you on a weekly basis. We have these things every day called Red Dailies, and you can follow all of them on our Instagram page, students.red, on our website, students.red, not .com, .red. Also, we're even on TikTok, students.red. We would love to connect with you throughout the week on social media.
Yep, and that's it for our Red Alerts. Let's go now into our sermon series. If you're just joining us for the first time, we're in the middle of a sermon series called OK Bet. And the idea behind this is that we said to you guys, send us any emoji and we will guarantee you that we can preach a sermon on it. So
no
we had some good
matter how
options.
ridiculous or absurd. Maybe you send us a lettuce emoji, but we gotcha with the cheesy dad joke. All right, so Gil, what do we got going on this time?
So this week, this is kind of a weird one. So in my opinion, this is my favorite one so far, personally, out of this, because it's so weird, I actually didn't know what to do with it. I was stalled for a long time. And that's this thick leg emoji.
The leg emoji.
Like,
you know what this reminds me of? You guys know that scene of Emperor's New Groove whenever Isabel goes, I bet you weren't expecting this.
Oh, no.
Like, ah! There's like the knife there. That's what that reminds me of. Anyway.
This reminds me of the 2006 trend, the stanky leg, like that really awkward,
Nobody was
weird
even
dance.
born back then, you old.
Nobody was born.
No. Nobody was born in that year. Okay, so we were thinking like, what the heck do we do? What do we preach on? We had a few ideas that were probably bad.
Yeah, so we thought about maybe like the Israelites walking around the walls of Jericho because they're like, they're moving.
Yeah, but that's kind of dumb. It's like a walk-in story. Or maybe like, didn't like Samson kill a bunch of people with like a donkey leg or something?
No, that's biblically
I think it was a donkey
inaccurate.
jaw or something.
As pastors, we should know this.
It's pretty
but we don't.
similar,
It's okay. Just move on.
Or we could talk about covenantal stuff, like the way you became an Israelite. Like, we're not gonna actually go there.
I don't know where you're going, but you can go there alone. That's fine.
No, but there's actually a passage that connects really well, and it's found in 1 Corinthians 12. 1 Corinthians 12:12, in fact, actually says, you can put that up on the screen, that the human body has many parts, but many parts make up one whole body. So it is with the body of Christ. All right, so we're talking about body parts, talking about a leg, which is a part of the body. And teams, this is actually what this whole comparison is, like that a bunch of people put together are like a body. It could also be like a team. Bodies or teams, whenever they're not cohesive, whenever they don't play together, things get chaotic. All right, let me tell you a quick story. You guys saw a lot of me and Gil's history with that random game that we just played, seeing how I always beat Gil at everything, which has always been a theme, actually. badly. In fact, let me tell you about another time whenever I beat Gil in a game. So whenever we were actually at Weekend years ago, I know a lot of you actually attended a Weekend. This was actually called Winter Retreat, long time ago, 15 years ago, whatever it might have been. Okay, and so Gilbert and I and a bunch of other people had planned this elaborate prank where we were going to take a whole bunch of water guns and raid the middle school boys' room and just blast them with these water guns we had, okay? But I was a weasel along with Jordan and a few others, and so we decided, let's backstab Gilbert. Like, he's gonna think that we're actually all gonna be there with him, but we're gonna sneak out, steal some guns, and we're gonna fight them before they actually get to the boys. So, long story short, we tried. I like hid behind a door, no joke. They all burst out of the room to go take down the boys. They found out we were shooting at them. I literally got trampled. I'm not kidding. Stampeded. I was behind a mattress. Like, people started stepping on me, and this one kid, I don't know what the heck his problem was.
I remember him.
He had a squirt gun. He runs past, he was the last one. I started to get him after getting literally trampled, and he went boom, and like butted me with the freaking butt of his gun, like it was Call of Duty or something. And a huge whelp, so annoying. Anyway, I thought it was funny. Gilbert didn't think it was so funny. I remember I was in bed, and Gilbert was really mad, and we were all laughing and didn't know how bad he was gonna be. And the door goes boom, and Gilbert like has the door flood open. It's the middle of the night. We're all there, and Gilbert just stands there and goes, "You betrayed me." And I was like, "Sorry, Gil." And I eventually apologized. It was fine. Oh, it just spit all over the place.
That was
but anyway.
disgusting.
Chaos ensues whenever teams don't function together, and that's actually what this whole passage is about in 1 Corinthians 12. And instead of a team, he uses the body as a comparison. Why don't we read
Yeah,
this
so
together?
here's the context for this. So the author of this, Paul, was writing in the same way that we talk about being a team, whether you're at school and you're part of athletics, or you play esports and you're part of a team. You're used to having to work with other people, and Paul gives a very similar analogy to that here in this chapter. So let's read the first part of it. We're going to break it down chunk by chunk. We're gonna skip around a little bit here, but let's put up the first verse here on the screen, which is, I believe, verse 12. It's yeah, there we go. It says, the human body has many parts, but the many parts make up one whole body. So it is with the body of Christ. Makes sense, basic. It's what I just said. Jumping to verse 17, it says this. If the whole body were an eye, how would you hear? Or if the whole body were an ear, how would you smell anything? So right from the get-go, Paul's trying to get this idea across of like, your body has different parts to it for a reason. The same way that a football team isn't made up of all wide receivers or all offensive linemen or all kickers. You need different people operating in different roles in order to be effective. Now, jumping to verse 19 here, it says this. It says, how strange would a body be if it only had one part? And I just want you to imagine for a second here, just for one moment, like, yeah, I like playing video games. I'm into esports. That's cool and all. But imagine if the entire Allison Park Church pastoral staff was only about that. That would be kind of weird, right? Like, it would be a little bit much. We are designed intentionally to have different interests and different hobbies and different passions. We all have different things that we fall into. And a lot of what we're talking about tonight actually falls around this specific verse here. In verse 22, it says this. I'm going to park here for a second. It says, in fact, some parts of the body that seem the weakest and least important are actually the most necessary. See, there's this idea sometimes in our Christian faith, we can look around at the people around us that also believe what we believe, and we fall into one of two traps. Either we believe that we're better than them, or we're not as good as them. And there's this tension between us, between confidence and humility. And one of the ways that I see this on actually a lot in our generations, Millennial and Gen Z, is with things like social media. It's very easy to jump online and see what other people are doing with their life, whether it's just their activities and the fun that they're having, or some of the spiritual things, maybe it's the opportunities that they have. It's easy for us to look at them and feel discouraged about ourselves, or feel arrogant about ourselves. It's easy for any of you to open up TikTok and look at Charlie D'Amelio's page that has, 45 million, 48 million followers, and think to yourself, man, I'm never gonna have that kind of influence. I'm never gonna be that kind of person. It's easy for us to look at the people who may be let's say for the sake of the analogy, the face of things, the most popular, the prettiest, the most athletic. It's so easy to look at that and downplay what God has given us and what God has anointed us to do. And what God wants to do is he wants to get our attention. And what Paul was writing about here was saying, hey, you need to realize you actually have more to bring to the table. You actually have more calling, you have more giftings, you have more talents than maybe what you even really realize at this point. And instead of writing yourself off, or on the other end of it, comparing yourself and thinking yourself better, recognize that we're all part of the same family. We're all on the same team. Just because someone's a quarterback and someone's a kicker doesn't mean one person is more or less valuable than another. And it goes on here. We have 2 more verses here. In verse 25, it says this. It says, this makes for harmony among the members so that all members care for one another. And then last but not least here, it says, if one part suffers, all the parts suffer with it. And if one part is honored, all the parts are glad. And here's the core concept for this. We're going to boil it down here. Is this. It's that we're fulfilled when we're functioning as a family. We're fulfilled when we're functioning as a family. It's easy to sit on the outside and exclude yourself from the game and be like, you know, I'm never going to be like them. I'm never going to act that way or never be able to fit in this kind of group. I'm not really talented. I don't have anything to offer. But let me tell you this. You're a part of the family of God. You're part of the team of God. Even if you just say, I'm just a leg, or I'm just an eye, I'm just an eyebrow, what I'm telling you is that you actually have anointings and giftings and you have things to contribute to the family of God, even if you don't see it yet.
Yeah, we're all fulfilled when we function as a family. So let's talk about how we do this. Well, first, or I guess let's talk about things that we can glean from this passage, that we can take out. First thing is that, as Gil said, you're incredibly important. And I think that there's a lot of you that might need to actually hear this right now. You've disqualified yourself for one reason or another, be it looks or brains or, talents or whatever it might be, and you don't have something. And so you compare yourself, you fall into the comparison trap, and either you're prideful or you're insecure, and so you exclude yourself. What you need to realize is that in the eyes of God and in the eyes of the church family, you're so important. And that's actually why we're doing so much what we're doing here. We want to be not just a stream, not just something to entertain, but we want to be a family, a community, which is why we have life groups afterwards. We have our small groups. If you haven't joined them, we would love for you to be a part of that because you're so important to us and you're important to God. You need to realize your own worth. Secondly, is that God created you to do what no one else can do. God created you to do what nobody else can do, and it might seem like there's nothing that I can do that everybody else that I'm friends with can't do better, but that's just not actually the case. Believe it or not, God has created you and gifted you in such a way that only you can fulfill the unique destiny and calling that He has placed on your life. And so you need to step into that and to, first of all, have faith that God created you this way for a reason. But second of all, to realize that God has a way to use you right now in such a role as a part of this body or team that nobody else can fulfill. So we need you. You're incredibly important, but also God created you to do what no one else can do. Yes, you, whatever you're thinking, I'm specifically talking to you. And then the third thing is this, what we need to glean from this, is we celebrate together and we suffer together. We celebrate together when things go well, whenever we're winning as a team, when things are great, we celebrate. Whenever you get the spot on the team, whenever you make the grade, whenever you get that college acceptance letter, whenever, you finally are dating that boy or girl you've wanted to date for a while, whatever it might be. But we also suffer together. And that means that we're patient with one another, we're not easily offended, that we deal with things because we're a family. We take care of one another. When somebody else is hurting, we hurt with them. We're there to pick them back up, to walk with them, because that's what families do. They celebrate together, but we also suffer together. And so here's my last kind of closing challenge. We're fulfilled when we function as a family. And so if you feel like maybe you're a little isolated, or maybe you're not a part of the family the way that you'd want to be, my challenge for you is this. Reach back out and jump in. I mean, I think sometimes we all want people to be like, well, nobody's been calling me or texting me, or like they haven't really been genuine about it, or whatever it might be. I have nobody around me. Hey, but we're a community made just for you. So sometimes it might be that you actually need to take the first step to initiate, to jump in. We're waiting for you. There's people that want to love on you and care about you and ask how you're doing and pray for you. So my challenge to you is this. Don't wait for someone else to ask. Jump in. We're here for you. We're a family, and we're all fulfilled when we actually function as a family. Why don't we close together in prayer? Wherever you are, you can just bow your heads, close your eyes. Let's pray together as we close. God, we thank you right now that you've created each and every student and leader and everybody watching the stream to be a part of a family. We thank you for the fact, God, that they are made in a specific way, designed for a destiny and a call that nobody else can fulfill. And so I just ask right now, God, that wherever they're watching, across whatever screen, whether it's a computer or an iPad or a phone, I pray would they just feel the presence and the pleasure of God, that God would speak to them, that they're made this way for a reason. Lord, and I pray, would you just allow our family, as a Red family, God, to bond even closer tonight in our groups. Would you speak to those who need to hear your voice, God? We thank you for what you're doing in Jesus' name. Amen.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for sending that emoji in. Don't forget, we're going to be doing this a couple more weeks, so you can even start sending us now what emojis you think it would be good to pick on, because we're going to be preaching about it next week. But before we end here today, let's jump back in with Meredith to see the winner of our Where's Caleb Doe. Meredith, do you have the results all brought together? Do we have a winner?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. So,
Nice.
this person is from the Deer Lakes campus. It's Josh Zeiss.
What? What up,
Yeah.
Josh Zeiss?
Wait, what was the correct answer? Can you give it to everyone?
It was Gil's bedroom.
Gil's bedroom.
Facts.
Whoa!
It was my bedroom. If the Cloud9 mouse pad didn't give it away, I mean, I don't know what you were thinking, because that's the only answer it could have
If our roast about Gilbert and the ladies didn't give it away, I don't know what else we're gonna. Okay.
Big facts. Well, congratulations, Josh. We're going to send you a gift card. Now, for everyone else who's watching the broadcast, let me just say this again. If you haven't already downloaded Zoom for your computer or phone, do that now, because we're about to go into our online small group. So if you need the information, you can DM us at students.red on our Instagram. Tell us your grade and what campus you're a part of, and we can send you the appropriate info for your group.
And don't forget, we're live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Share it with your friends. Let them know. Bring them on board. We want everybody to be a part who can, all right? Hey, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.